Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fresh Global presentation on how to present a proposal to USAID, a step-by-step process. So as an overview, we're going to talk a little bit about Fresh Global. We're going to also discuss who is USAID. We're going to talk about the various steps. The first one is planning. The second one is preparing. And the third one is the evaluation criteria. And then we're going to have some Q&A, and we'll give our contact information. So about Fresh Global. Fresh Global is a capacity building and system strengthening consulting firm based in the USA with affiliated offices in Uganda, Kenya, and other countries. We possess over 40 years of USAID and international development experience, and we're dedicated to strengthening systems and building capacity of local NGOs and social entrepreneurs. By and large, we are local, managed with technical expertise from local and international experts. So let us talk about who is USAID. Well, USAID stands for U.S. Agency for International Development. Is one of the largest state-sponsored aid agencies in the world, funded by the United States government, and it assists developing nations to grow economically and technologically. And it involves non-governmental organizations, NGOs, in the development and implementation process. So let us look at how to present a proposal, and let us start with the planning process. So with the planning process, you have to really sit down and think. Is USAID the right fit for my organization? In some cases, you might say yes, and others you might say no. But if you say yes, then you want to conduct an internal check to assess if your organization has the required capacity to write a proposal. And if that's a yes, then you want to start looking at the planning stage with some tasks. So what are the planning stage tasks? Okay, well, one is understanding USAID. And so visiting the USAID website and reviewing the specific country development corporation strategy, the CDSC of your particular country, is going to be very important, because that strategy should be in line with your strategy. Then it becomes a match. So you really got to read that document. And then once you have read the document and you see it's in line with your strategy and your concept paper, then you want to visit the USAID business forecast. There you would find your country, find out what projects that USAID is thinking about, requesting a proposal, find out how much it costs, the type of contract or agreement or grant, the amount, and the likelihood of when it will go out and be published. Then you want to assess your organization, perform an organizational capacity assessment to determine if your NGO has the capacity to implement a project if awarded. And that's where Fresh Global can assist you in doing that assessment and building that capacity. You want to, when we talk about capacity, we're looking at financial systems, organizational systems. But we also want to look at previous audit reports to find out where there were some areas of concern, and get a third-party evaluation of your organization. Whatever you might have been evaluated 6 months ago or a year ago, having that evaluation is very helpful because then you get an objective viewpoint. Okay. Oops, let's see here. Okay, so after you do that planning process, the next step is preparing for that RFP. And so in preparing, you want to think of it as climbing up the stairs, one step at a time. So once you determine your eligibility, you start the proposal development preparation process. But please note that the preparation stage starts well in advance of the published solicitation. And that's important because when that solicitation comes out, it will have a deadline. And in most cases, if you're not prepared, then you are really racing against time. So what are the preparation steps? The preparation steps is identify your proposal development team. Develop a proposal calendar, make a calendar for the day the solicitation is released. You want to have those steps in place. Identify partners. And once you identify partners, identify the roles and the expectations in advance. Keep all documents available in the cloud for easy sharing. That's so important when you're developing your proposal. Go through previous RFPs, RFAs to give you an idea of past criteria. Because right now, without the solicitation being published, you don't have any idea. But going to previous ones will give you a great knowledge. And so once that proposal is published and is out the door, it is time for you to take action. And so read that solicitation carefully, ensure you understand the requirements, outline the solicitation, review the sections on proposal preparation to make sure you are in step exactly what USAID wants and wants it to be presented. And, please write sections per the instructions. Make it like a puzzle piece that each piece is given to a development team member or committee to start working on. Okay, so you're in the now, you're in the groove of preparing that proposal. One step that you also want to take and pay close attention to is the evaluation criteria. So if there's a period of time where you can ask questions, please make a list of all of those questions and please submit it to the USAID person in charge on time to get those questions answered. Have meetings with your proposal develop team to finalize the project theme, roles, and deadlines. Register your organization on grants.gov timely, and I would say register them at the period of time that you are planning, and getting ready. It's better to do it early. There might be other steps that you might have missed. And so getting that registration is going to be key. So earlier, the better. Assign tasks to the development team. And then in the proposal drafting or the draft of the proposal, make sure that it's according to the solicitation. Review the draft, ensure completion, and the budget is so key. So you want to follow the template that is basically given to you, and in most cases they want a summary budget, they want a detailed budget, and they want a budget narrative, and it all has to coincide with each other. And then you could submit appendices. And this is additional information that you might want to highlight to USAID that is favorable to your organization. And so the last step of this process, which I think is so critical, and sometimes if it's not done, then you've wasted a lot of time. And that's the final step. And that has to do with time. If the proposal due date is at 5 p.m., anytime after 5 p.m. is unacceptable. So be on time because there are no exceptions to that rule. Be on time. Questions? My associate that is presenting this recorded presentation can answer any of your questions, but you can also send questions to support@ufresh-global.com as well. And so here's the contact information for Fresh Global. You can always send an email, take a look at our website, go on our LinkedIn page. We look forward to working with you as there are many opportunities with USAID. And the focal point currently is to focus on local NGOs and local partners. So there's a window of opportunity. So I want to thank you for attending this presentation, and I look forward to working with you soon. Bye-bye.